This is a brief book review, A History of Florida Through Black Eyes by Marvin Dunns. Chapter 1 says, the presence of people of African descent in Florida began with the arrival of the Spanish conquistadors. Most people believe that the first Africans to set foot in what is now America were slaves who were landed by the British at Jamestown, Virginia in 1619. But when St. Augustine, the oldest city in the United States, was established by the Spaniards in 1565, blacks were already living in Florida as free people, many of them having never been enslaved. People of African descent first came to Florida with Ponce de Leon in 1513. Many others arrived with the conquistadors who came in after. Some of the blacks who were in Florida before St. Augustine were slaves who escaped the earlier conquistadors and fled into the vast wilderness. They came to be called Maroons. Their settlements were numerous along the Sea Island coasts of Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida. At least one black man arrived with Columbus in 1492. There were, according to Dr. Eugene Lyons of St. Augustine's Flagler College, there were at least 3 blacks with Ponce de Leon when he first landed in Florida. The first Africans to enter Florida came from southern Spain, where a significant population of Africans, slave and free, had been established many years before Columbus sailed for the New World. This is a brief interlude. The Alhambra Decree, issued by Spain's Catholic monarchs King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella on March 31st, 1492, ordered the expulsion of all unconverted Jews from their kingdoms by July 31st, 1492, forcing them to either convert to Catholicism or leave Spain, aiming for religious unity and to prevent Yahudim from influencing conversos, who are Israelite converts to Christianity, to secretly practice Torah. This edict resulted in the exodus of tens of thousands, devastating Spain's Jewish or Israelite community. The 1497 expulsion refers to King Manuel I of Portugal's decree, forcing all Jews and Muslims, aka Moors, to either convert to Catholicism, Christianity, or leave the country, a policy stemming from his marriage agreement with Spain's Catholic monarchs. Unlike Spain's 1492 expulsion, Portugal initially prevented Jews from leaving, leading to mass forced baptisms, the abduction of children, and the creation of conversos, who are new Christians, who faced persecution and the eventual establishment of the Portuguese Inquisition. Back to the book review. Spanish slavers had begun importing Africans soon after the Portuguese started the practice in 1444. By the time of the conquistadors, Africans had been living in Spain for over half a century. Most of these slaves were artisans, craftsmen, domestics, and members of the military, rather than field hands such as would be needed for large plantations. Many were royal slaves belonging to the crown itself. Slaves in Spain had certain legal protections which did not exist in law and society of England and later in America. Spanish slaves, many of whom were Catholics, practiced the rites of the Catholic Church and ultimately took the view that one Catholic or Christian could not enslave another. Thus, professing or converting was a ticket to freedom used by many African slaves in Spain and later in the New World.